Hello everyone! So today I have something a little bit different for you, a new concept of a video. So I'm going to explain to you some new verbs in English, and then I'm going to read you a short story using these verbs. And for that part, I recommend that you listen to that story a couple of times, and you can also read the story as well later on. Which will I put in the description or not? Which after great consideration I will put in the description of this video. So, let's get started with our words. But let's not forget, welcome back to English with Archie, or welcome to English with Archie. It's really nice to see you. Thank you for coming and watching my video, and I hope that you enjoy it. I hope you learn something. This channel is for people who want to develop their English skills, and most of all, improve your listening skills in English. So, let's get started. Our first important word is dive. Dive. When we dive into water like this. You can also dive into a difficult problem or dive into a situation, which means to completely cover yourself in that situation. Get involved in it. So, in this story, we're talking about diving into a pool. Number 2, smack. Smack means to hit. It's very similar to slap. If you were naughty as a child, maybe your parents might have smacked you on the bottom. They wouldn't slap you on the bottom, but smack you on the bottom. So smack is to hit. Number 3, pierce. Pierce means to make a hole in something. So if you were a warrior on the battlefield in ancient times, and someone shot an arrow, the arrow might pierce you. Or, for example, a piece of paper and a skewer, I pierce the paper. Number 4, you probably know, touch. Touch. I can touch my fingers or touch my nose. Number 5, drip. Drip is when water goes bloop, bloop, bloop. If the water is dripping from your tap, you might want to get it fixed. Number 6, shout! Shout! That's number 6. Number 7. That was terrible. Slide. Slide is when we do this. Slide is also a noun, something that you find in a children's playground, a slide, which you can go down because you're doing the same motion. Number 8, bump into. Bump into means when you walk into someone like that. Maybe you're at a party and everyone's a little bit drunk and someone bumps into you and you spill your drink. But bump into can also be not literal. So if you see someone in a place and you didn't expect to. For example, I saw Maria at the supermarket. I bumped into her. I didn't expect to see her there, but we had a really nice chat. Number 9, take flight. To take flight means to start to fly. The plane took flight, the bird took flight. Twist. Twist is to do this, when 2 different parts are moving in the opposite direction. I can twist the bag. Number 10, turn. Turn. Number 11, flatten. Flatten. To flatten is to make something flat. This is not flat. Now I've sort of flattened it. Plunge. Plunge. Plunge means to go into water very fast and very suddenly, because you're suddenly in the water and the water is all around you, so you've plunged into the water. There's something called a plunge pool. A plunge pool is a small, narrow pool, but they're also very deep, so you can put your whole body in them. I'm going to read the story and you can just sit back, relax and listen. So, Max was nervous. He was waiting in line for his turn to show off his talent. Around him there were kids diving into the various pools. smacking balls that flew over the nets and pierced the water. He hadn't touched the water, yet there were beads of water dripping down his head and armpits, the sweat of nerves. "Max!" shouted a lady in a tight polo neck with a whistle in hand. He moved towards her, but, unaware, he put his foot down on a stray swimming cap, immediately sliding across the floor, almost bumping into the impatiently staring lady. "Your go," she said, snarling. He took his position in front of the judge's table, all 8 eyes penetrating his skin. In front of him, the water of the pool seemed to calm, just like he did himself. He placed his toes on the blue, rubbery edge of the board, took 1 step forward, flew into the air like a swan taking flight, and feeling his body twist and turn mid-air, flattened his hands and plunged into the chlorinated water. And that's it. So I recommend now that you re-listen to that story at least 3 times. The more you listen to it, the more you're going to be able to imagine those words that you're hearing and absorb that language. If you then want to read the story, I've put this story in the description below so you can read it then. But I wouldn't read it first. First, just listen a few times. This is a really, really effective way to develop your language skills because it's just pure listening. And that new vocabulary, you have an opportunity to imagine it, to imagine those images, imagine what those words mean. So thanks very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video today. Let me know if you did. Remember to subscribe and like my video. And if you have any questions, then let me know below. I hope to see you again soon. Have a lovely day, morning, afternoon, evening, and bye. Bye.